Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be looking at Solana. Before we jump into the price action, just want to say thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. Okay, so what we're looking for here is that potential that we are actually looking to push to the upside here, potentially in a C wave here. So this is still viable. The thing that we need to be cautious of is how this move is developing. We're going to go over that in a minute. It is also possible, we could argue that this is a W, X, and a Y, and we're going to see this move actually come down here one more time before we look to potentially push to the upside. So really the key zone of support here is still the same, the 1681, which we came into that, which was that 0.382. But because of the fact it was so shallow, I'm being just cautious that we're not going to see another move down here, potentially towards this 50%, which actually comes in at this 14.59. So really the zone we don't want to lose. If we do start to lose this $10.35, then this probability of this move to the upside starts to decrease, and basically what we could then be looking for is continuation to the downside from this move here. So we've discussed this in previous videos, but basically that is looking at this move from earlier on here, basically looking to actually be a B wave and then looking to actually push down one more time, potentially for a C wave, which could actually move down towards this zone of this 1850 to this $3.36. This also could actually look to push down to this 1-to-1 of this Y wave here at this 490, or at a 1-to-1 this 447 of this if this is just a B wave to the upside. So this is what we're looking out for. There is still potential for one more drop here, so we need to just be aware of that it is still on the cards. So if we are, however, looking at this potential that we are looking to push to the upside from here, basically what we need to do is maintain this low here at this $8, and we need to stay above this 1035 ideally. So we could argue that we've completed that. We came into the 0.382 here because we were looking at this as a flat correction, and this could actually indicate, that this is completed and we're looking to move away. So what would we want to see here? So if we're going to talk about bullish sentiment here and say, that potentially we have this B wave is completed within the structure here, and we're looking to push to the upside, what we need to do here is basically see good 5-wave structure. So the problem with this is there is a little bit of an overlap here, and we're looking at this in two ways. Basically, within this, we're looking at that potential for an extension here, where this becomes a 1-2, and this becomes another 1. It would actually be into this high here. Okay, so since we last looked at this, we were looking to see whether we actually found support, and we didn't. So I need to actually to change some of this chart. Basically, what we were looking for here, it has failed to play out because we actually came down lower than that zone. It is, however, still possible that within this move, we could argue that this is a wave 1 and looking for a wave 2 low here. The problem is with this structure, it is a little bit choppy. We could argue, yeah, flat in there, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I mean, we could argue that this is a wave 1 up here. And basically what we're looking for here is to hold this zone lower down here. If I just get this onto this high, let's get this into the right one. There we go. So we actually came down to this 702, which is this $20.13. So really, if we are looking for this potential to complete here in a bigger structure, what we need to do is see a much bigger move up here now. So I need to adjust all of this. Basically, what we'd be looking for would be a bigger structure here. Looking at this move, potentially looking to move up towards this zone of this $29 range, or the $30, $29.99. And then from there, potentially what we could see is some additional structure, whether we get this as a fourth, potentially looking to find support. And I just need to adjust this again. So wave 2 down here, wave 3, yeah. Looking for a 5-wave move to the upside, potentially looking to actually come back up into these higher ranges here. And what we'd be looking for is, this could potentially look to complete in this red box area here towards this zone of this of this $33 to this 31.13. Obviously, this would then reach this 1.618 of this 31.66. So that is of this move here. Basically, this would then complete that 1.618 of that move, and then we'd be looking for that additional fourth and a fifth wave here. So this can play out. We need to just keep an eye on it. If we do maintain this level and we start to form better five-wave structure here, where this becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potentially, then we see something like this as a wave 2, then a 3, 4, and a 5, bring us up into this range. Then this move can potentially look to carry on here. The problem is, like I said, we need to be careful because we do have some five-wave structure to the downside here as well. For as long as this key area holds, this 1971, potentially we could be looking to start this, where this potentially becomes another 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and we start to push up. The thing is, we'd need to get up to this $30 range. So we've got a couple of key levels in between us and that. We need to get back above some of this key support that we had here before we lost it. And then obviously we still got these highs above us to get above this 2684 region. So, there's a lot that needs to happen for this to actually play out. This is still viable though for as long as we hold these levels. So this is something I'm going to be tracking. The most direct part of this would be looking for this third wave to the upside here towards this 29.99. If we do start to get impulsive structure up here, this is going to be a zone to watch. Looking for this as a potential fourth and a fifth wave after that if we do actually move up into those zones. So that's looking for this bigger potential of actually starting the C wave, which could actually look to target out towards this 53.67 at a 1-to-1 of the A wave. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what else could be going on here, because there is still potential that we could see this play out in a slightly different way. So what I'm looking out for within this is basically the potential. We talked about this in the previous video, that we could actually see this as a diagonal, as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5 to the upside. This does actually fit. It could also just be an A, B, and a C, in which case this could actually be completed into this into this high here. So if this is just a three-wave structure here, we need to be cautious. This could indicate that we're going to start to break down and actually lose this low point of this 15.99. So this is why we're tracking both the bullish and bearish option here, because of the way this move is developed. We haven't got that confirmation. We can still see this as a 1-2 and then push to the upside. Alternatively, if we do start to lose this low of this area here, this 1870, I would still be looking out for that possibility to find support in the zone here of this 1956 to this 1744 region. And we're going to go over how this can play out. Actually, I can just throw it on the chart now. Correct it down this one. So what I'm looking out for here is whether we actually form a bigger structure here, where all of this becomes an A or W, this becomes an X, and then we get a C or a Y to the downside. So within this structure, though, like I also said, you need to be careful. There are some five-wave moves here, so until we actually break above some of these key highs, these can always turn into a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then actually look to push down deeper through these zones. So we need to be aware of that. This move here, once you start to get structure like this, if you do get an extension down here, basically what it does is it allows you to count these internal subwaves slightly different, and then you have additional fourths and fifths to play out here. Something like this, where that could actually look to push us down much deeper here and bring us back into this zone, potentially towards this 50%. So this is why you need to be a little bit cautious with within these moves. Basically, once you start to extend out here, this can become a much more violent move to the downside. So what I'm keeping out here on the shorter time frame is, if we do see this move play out as an ABC to the upside, A, B, and we get a C wave, potentially back into this channel, could be an area we need to look out for this 2141. This would also actually bring us up into this potential zone of looking to form a 0.382 retracement of this whole move to the downside, which could then actually just be our X wave completed, and then we look to move down. Obviously, this move can directly break down from here as well. It depends how we want to look at this. We could argue that within here, uh, I would be looking for another move up before it moves down if it is, but yeah, we'll have to see. This could be extending out in itself. This could just be a one or an A, a B, and then we break down for a C. But for the most part, this does look like a five-wave move. We can argue there's some kind of a flat in here, W, X, and a Y, and we push down. But this is going to be the key area. So this 1804 is off of this higher range here. If we did have a direct push to the downside here, potentially what we'd be looking for would then be maybe a little bit lower down here towards this zone of the 786, which would be the 1744 region. So keep an eye on this. For as long as we stay above the 1744, basically what we can still see here is this move progress to the upside as an A, B, and a C, or alternatively a 1, 2, 3, 5, depending if it's going to develop into that impulse that we're looking for. So I'm currently looking out for this. We've got some key resistance areas above us. If we fail to break through these zones, and we get a three-wave move up here, this could lead us to a bigger sell-off, in which case we could be looking to actually come down deeper towards this 1804 area. So keep an eye on those levels. We need to just be aware that this could actually start to break down. The thing is, if we do start to break down here, we've got to be cautious in itself, because what we could have is a bigger correction to the downside. And what that could look like is something like this, where this whole move here becomes ABC for W. We have this as an X wave, as a connector wave. And then, we're starting to form this Y wave, which could look to bring us down into this zone as well, this 1438 at a 1 to 1 of this current area. So we need to be aware that there is still that potential that this is an incomplete correction. And if we do get a three-wave move down here, it's going to be important to see whether we can get back above this high. If we get a three-wave move like this, ABC here, what I'll be looking to is this retracement to the upside. If we just get another three-wave move up, then potentially we could see something like this play out, which actually looks to bring us back down here in a W, an X, and a Y. And that could actually bring us into this 1438 region, which would actually bring us into a 50% retracement of this entire move to the upside that we've had so far. So it would make more sense to go down there, but sometimes these things don't happen. We'll have to see. Potentially, as long as we remain above these lows of this 1872 and this lower one here of this $16, basically we can look for that potential of either this being a 1-2, and then we're starting to break out, or this becoming a 1-2 as a bigger structure and then looking to push to the upside. But really, once we start to lose some of these zones, if we start to lose those key support zones that we talked about within this 1956 to the 1744, once we start to lose the 1744, it really starts to test the structure. But yeah, we haven't taken this low yet, so potentially we could see some strength come into this move and we start to move away. But we need to just be cautious with this current structure down, because if we're arguing, you could potentially, like I said, argue that we have this as potentially a 1. We just form a three-wave move up here, and this moves and breaks down much deeper. Potentially we come back into these levels, test them out, and then we see a bigger, deeper move to the downside, which could look to actually push us down towards this lower range of the 1736 if it does become a bigger impulse. And then that basically just could extend out here. So primarily I'm looking at whether we can maintain these prices above this key point of this low. And if we fail to do so, basically then we're going to be looking for this lower support. If that lower support range breaks, then basically I will be keeping an eye on this 50% here. And if we do move down lower, potentially towards this 1266 to this 1218 area, could also be an interesting zone that would be coming back into some of these areas. But this 50% is quite an interesting one. Be a retest of these highs here. So keep an eye on that. Also would tie in with retesting this channel. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It is free to join. As well as that, there are affiliate links for both BT and BYBIT down there. Both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. If you do not have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.